Hi everyone, it's me again, and today I would like to go over the results that I received from DNA.Land. As I did with my Heritage.com, I got my DNA sample that Ancestry report has in their system, and I forwarded it on over to DNA.Land. DNA.Land has a relatively large sample pool of DNA to compare my DNA to, and therefore I thought it would be a good idea to go over the results that I received from them. Now, these DNA results that I received from DNA.Land are a bit different. It kind of flipped everything that MyHeritage.com did. MyHeritage.com, from my last video, provided me with this breakdown. We have the Andean region with a 61.6% percentage of my DNA coming from there, according to their sample pool. And then Europe was at 35.7. This pretty much the Spain and Italian found out that the 15% that Ancestry.com was giving me between Italian and Greece was actually Italian when I pulled up these results from myheritage.com. The rest were lower confidence regions, Jewish, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. But going back to DNA.Land's results, so just looking at it, you're going to see where the actual flip comes from here. See, in myheritage.com, I had a 61.6% an Andean native. Here, we're looking at a 63% Eurasian, which includes the South European at 39%, the Southwestern European at 21%, and an ambiguous region at 1.3%, and the Jewish part at 1.2%. And that's an Ashkenazi Jew, which is the Polish region. Now, when we look at this particular, the Southwestern European part, that is the Spanish part. So when they talk about Southwestern European, that's what they're referencing, 21%, 34% in Ancestry.com, and 14.4% in myheritage.com. And then you have this particular region, which was really interesting. In my Ancestry report, it didn't differentiate between Southwestern Europe. It didn't say if it was Italian or if it was Greek. So we sent it to MyHeritage. MyHeritage told me that 15% was 9% Italian according to their DNA pool. Now, when I received my results from DNA.Land, it jumped to 39%, where 26% was Italian. So now we have a 26% Italian and a 9% Italian plus the 15 ambiguous one. So it is a significant increase, and their DNA pool apparently has more of my Italian genes that it reflected off of. And then we have the Balkan region. The Balkan region is, of course, Greece. So it looks like I've both Italian and Greece, which is exciting for me because I really love Greek mythology. I really love, the Italian culture. I really love pasta, as you can tell. And basically, it's really exciting to know that I have a little bit of both somewhere in there, and that my history goes back that far, which is, important for me at least to kind of have, I guess you can say like at least the ground to be excited about, reading mythology or whatnot. The ambiguous region is just a general region. It doesn't really go into much details. If we scroll down through the website, it does give a breakdown. South Central European is the Tuscan, Italian, all of those the general areas. The Balkan region includes Bulgaria and Greece. And then you have Southwestern European, which is the French and the Spanish peninsula. And yeah, it really breaks it down, tells you what it is, tells you what it's not. Now, the Native American part came out to 35%. Now, I'm pretty sure that was all Andean, but according to DNA.Land, there's Amazonian in there. Now, the Amazonians are more towards Brazil, and it wasn't significant. Was it significant? 6.8%? No, I guess it wasn't that significant. It is, part of it, but it's not really big much into the whole. It's not a big chunk of the pie. And of course, we have the rest, which was with the Andean natives. I got Siberian here. Now I got Finland and Russia in my ancestry report. I think at 1%. Here I got it at 2.3%. So it did kind of jump a little, but again, it's not significant, but it is, of course, part of my makeup. And so it becomes significant because of that. So yeah, this completely flipped what my heritage showed me the last time, which my heritage showed, according to their DNA sample pool, looks like most of my native people sent their DNA to myheritage.com, and my DNA picked up all of their DNA, and basically, but of course, not everybody, not my native people didn't send much to DNA.Land, which is fine. I guess it's, when it comes to these DNA tests, what I'm realizing is you have to realize that every pool is different. There's not going to be every pool is identical, so your results will always vary, because DNA.Land may have an ancestor of mine that myheritage.com doesn't have, that has, particularly more, one of these particular sets of genes. So it is exciting to know that, there's more. There's actually a lot more different companies. I'll be going now to a company that one of the commenters on my last video provided. It's called 24 Genetics. So thank you, Nancy Reds, for that suggestion. I'm going to be doing that and probably making a video once I receive the results from there. And I'm going to go over and see if I can just create a more exact number. Now, I did do a little bit of math to kind of put into perspective what the new percentages would be if we were to grab the averages of all of the regions. I did separate the regions myself, which and I did a pretty accurate job at it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over these numbers now, since I do have them written down. The native part came out to 44.6% from, of course, 38, 61.1, and 34.8, which were the different results that I received. My Iberian came out to 34, 14, and 21, which came out to 23%. My Southern European came out to 15, 9, and 39, which came out to 21%. Rest of Europe, 9, 4, and 3.6, which came out to 5.53%. My Jewish part, 3.3, 2, and 1.2, which averaged to 2.16. And my Middle Eastern part, 6, 2.7, and 0, which averaged out to 2.9. I had an African North so I got 0.33 from there. Once I got all those numbers, I broke it down a little. I kind of made it more broad. It ends up, it's 45.9 native and 51.69 European, 2.9 Middle Eastern, and then the rest were just ambiguous areas that pulled up. It could be anywhere from anywhere else that was kind of in between all these other ones, especially this ambiguous region. Well, not so much just ambiguous region, but other regions that appeared but were not significant in the actual data sample pool. So yeah, it's really exciting to know all these things. I'm going to be making another video with the information that I received from a commenter. She suggested that I send my DNA data to 24 Genetics. Again, it's another company just like DNA.Land and Ancestry.com. And basically, I have my information uploaded there. She says it has over 400 different regions where they can possibly trace your DNA from. So thank you, Nancy Red, over at YouTube, who provided me that information. I will be making that video soon once I receive the results from them. And again, if you all have been making videos with your Ancestry report, I encourage you to try out the different services that are available. DNA.Land currently allows it. Ancestry.com allows you to do it as well. Well, don't quote me on Ancestry.com, but myheritage.com definitely does allow it. And right now, those services are free. And at any given moment, these companies deciding to generate revenue will decide to start charging for it. So now is the time. Now is the time for you to go and have those DNAs uploaded, and you'll get a more accurate reading. You'll get a more accurate number in reference to your makeup, which is very important, especially it's like you basically, it's like going into a test with only one source of information, when we all know that tests require different sources, especially high level courses or anything of that sort. So definitely look into it. It's going to be worth it for you and your actual knowledge as to how your makeup is working. So thank you, myheritage.com, thank you, Ancestry.com, and thank you, DNA.Land, for providing us with tools to be able to see this information so easily and so clearly. And you all have done an excellent job in providing information to all of us in reference to our ancestry and where we're from, or at least where our DNA is from. So thank you very much for that. Keep doing an excellent job, and I look forward to all the updates that you continue to provide for us as time goes along and your geneticists continue to get more intelligent. So you all have an excellent night and an excellent day.